Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I'm excited to be bringing you my Week 8 game from the SMD League, the Screw My Draft League. Yes indeed. Now, as you may know, we've been on a little bit of a losing streak of late. I uploaded a few videos of it over the course of towards the end of last week. I uploaded a few. We lost a fair few on the trot. We are now sitting at 3 and 4, which is unfortunate. We want to get back to winning ways. This is going to be hard because this week we face off against my very good friend Bob, Call Me 911, and Cambuur Zygarden, who are currently unbeaten in this league. So it's a bit of an onerous task that we have ahead of us. Now, to take a look at the team that Bob can call on, his squad that he was given was Cloyster, Fletchinder, Victreebel, Glaceon, Mega Pinsir, Bisharp, Sunflora, Aurorus, Excelgor, and Gorgeist Small. So, as with everyone usually, there's a big weakness there. Huge weakness to fire going on Bob's team. Secondary things he doesn't enjoy include rock, electric, and fighting. So, looking at the matchups, I actually think that I have the matchup in this case, despite the fact he has massive threats along the lines of Cloyster, Victreebel in the Sun, which he's used before, Mega Pinsir, Bisharp. Even though he's got these threats, Excelgor, don't want to forget Excelgor, I think I mentioned Fletchinder, if I didn't, he's got all these threats that he can call upon. But I still think I have the matchup in this case. So I'm going to take you through the team that I decided to bring to take on our good friend Bob. First up, the newcomer to the team, Torkoal. LL Cole J is back, mostly physically defensive with some nominal speed F investment. Bold Nature, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Lava Plume, and Toxic. No Will-O-Wisp on here. Wanted to have the Toxic to wear things down quicker. We've got Choice Scarf, Manectric, Timid with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, Hidden Power, Fighting. As I say, Fire is a huge help to me, as is Electric. So Fire is hitting Victreebel, Glaceon, Mega Pinsir, Bisharp, Sunflora, Excelgor, and Gorgeist. 7 out of his 10 mons are hit super effectively by Fire. Cloyster and Fletchinder, they are two others. They are hit super effectively by Electric. And then you have Aurorus, for whom I have the Hidden Power Fighting. So Manectric can hit everything on his team, and is pretty much guaranteed to outspeed everything on his team, barring the priority from Fletchinder, which won't hit me very effectively anyway, and a setup Cloyster. So, Manectric looking to put in a good show here. Then we've got P2, a mixed defensive set here with Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Toxic, and Recover. Ice Beam seemed to be a decent option, as opposed to the Fire typing. Ice will still hit a lot of Bob's mons. We've got a physically defensive Klefki here with Spikes, Thunderwave, Hidden Power, Fire, and Rain Dance. I do have Rain Dance on this team because, as I say, Bob has used Sun Offense in the past with that very dangerous Victreebel, and indeed the Sunflora, God forbid. So I've got Prankster Rain Dance on there just in case that gets out of control. Then we have our second Scarfer. This is going to be Pangoro. Scarf Pangoro put in a massive showing last week against Will, and we're going to bring it back again with Jolly Nature, enough speed to outspeed, I don't know, something. There's something that outspeeds, I can't remember what it is right now. Drain Punch, Rock Slide, Fire Punch, and Knockoff, nice and standard. And then we have a specially defensive Chopper Berry or Dino. Calm Nature, Wish Protect, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower. Once again, Fire and Electric offense is the way to go in this game. So, looking at Bob's team, he has brought, as you can see, Mega Pinsir, Bisharp, Excelgor, Cloyster, the Victreebel, and Fletchinder. So, basically, his threats have come to this game. Bob is 7-0. He hasn't lost a game yet. So, that puts a lot of pressure on him to keep winning, and it puts a lot of pressure on us because we need a win. So, this is going to be a good one. I can promise you that. But, without further ado, I guess we'll just get straight into the battle and see exactly how things played out. So, Bob is going to lead with his Pinsir. I see no reason not to lead with Manectric. He has no electric immunity. Now, Bob is actually going to take advantage of a rule that we put in where he doesn't have to Mega Evolve first turn. So, well played by him. Living my Volt Switch, and I'm just going to go make a safe-ish play, go into my Ordino as Bob is going to set up his Rocks. Interesting to see Rocks on Pinsir, not something you see every day. Now, he's going to Mega up here, seeing no reason not to, and he is in fact going to go for the Substitute, but I'm having absolutely none of it. I'm not having this thing set up on me in any way, so I'm going to go for the Flamethrower here to break that sub. And now I'm going to click Thunderbolt in case he wants to go Fletchinder. He goes for Hyper Beam, which was hilarious. Well played, Bob, for the meme set there. I go for Thunderbolt. That is going to take out the Pinsir. As I say, I went for that just in case he wanted to go into that Fletchinder. But that's Mega Pinsir down, big threat gone, and in comes the Bisharp. I have no interest in taking a hit from this guy just yet, and I have a pretty decent stop to it in the form of Torkoal, which is grand. I go into Torkoal, as Bob's going to go for the knockoff. It does nominal damage, gets rid of my leftovers, absolutely fine. Now here, the Bisharp is going to go for the Swords Dance, which is scary, but I'm just going to go straight for the Stealth Rocks, because I can still live a hit at +2, because this is a Torkoal. He goes for Iron Head, it's resisted, I don't flinch, I am able to go for the big Lava Plume after this. We get big damage, just miss out on the KO and the burn, and that is going to allow the Bisharp to take out Torkoal, but Torkoal has done a very nice job so far. So what I can do here is go into my Scarfed Pangoro. At this range of health, a knockoff will take out the Bisharp. That's my best play, that's what I'm going to go for. So off goes the Sash, Bisharp goes down, another KO for Pangoro, who is fast becoming a big threat on my team. Now in comes Fletchinder. I don't want to let him set up, but I also don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp or an Acrobatics. So decent middle ground to go into is Ordino. I've got the Regenerator now, so I'm at good health. And it turns out he does go for the Will-O-Wisp, which Ordino doesn't care about at all in the slightest. So Fletchinder is in, and as you can see, he's going to try and go for the Swords Dance, possibly predicting my wish, but I'm having none of it. Once again, I'm not letting him set up. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. Down goes Fletchinder, and that is another KO, second of the game for Ordino. Great stuff there by this pink blob thing. Now, Bob is now going to go into his Excelgor, another big threat. I just want to get damage on this guy. I'm not switching out. He's going to go for the Bug Buzz. I'm going to live it because I'm an Ordino. He shows himself to be Life Orb, and I'm going to go for the Flamethrower here, take him down to a very, very nice revengeable range, and Ordino is going to go down to the burn, but has put in a massive shift this game so far. So it's 4 on 3, he's a Life Orb Excelgor, which means I'm free to go into my main Nectric. I will guarantee to outspeed him. I lose nothing here by going for a Volt Switch. And that's exactly what I do. Volt Switch comes in, down goes the Excelgor, and now it's 4 on 2. All Bob has left is Cloyster and Victory Bell. They're both fast sweepers, so my play here is to go into Klefki and paralyze something. No reason not to do this. Bob, after I get my leftovers, he's going to go into his Cloyster right about now. And he has no real option other than to try and set up here. I am going to go for the Thunder Wave, and that is going to pretty much neuter this Cloyster, despite the fact he is going to go here for the Shell Smash. So, you know, he gets his Shell Smash up, but he's at -1 Speed F, and he's got bad natural Speed F anyway. So I go for Hidden Power Fire. It's a clean 2-hit KO from this range. Bob is very unfortunately here going to miss a Hydro Pump. I'm not sure how much that would have mattered in the long run, but it's unfortunate anyway. So here he just goes for Ice Shard for some nice chip damage. I am going to go for the second Hidden Power Fire. Down goes Cloyster. That's going to be a KO for Klefki, and now it is 4 on 1. All he has left is the Victreol, but he's won worse off games than this with Victreol before. So, my play here very much is to paralyze him. I pretty much see the Sunny Day coming. I don't want him to get a Chlorophyll Sweep, so in comes the Thunder Wave. He does indeed go for the Sunny Day, but he's pretty much neutered. Now here, I'm going to show him one of my moves. I'm going to go for Rain Dance for no other reason but that I can. Just to sort of show him that I have it and stop him from sweeping in the sun, even though he's paralysed. So a bit of a meme going on there. Now, what this does do, unfortunately, is weaken my Hidden Power Fire. You know, that wasn't my best play, I just went for it because I could. Because this game's pretty much sewn up. He is going to go for the Sunny Day once again. That will power up my Hidden Power Fire at the very least. But this is an uninvested Klefki, and it's still going to live the hit. As you can see, it does live the hit. Bob is here just going to go for the growth, I guess, to show me that he had it. Get himself up to +2 in both stats. And I'm sort of waiting for him to go for the Sucker Punch here, but it turns out he doesn't have it. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Fire. That's going to take down Victory Bell. 2 KOs for Klefki at the end. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the game. So, excellent game there. Thank you very much for the game, Bob. He brought some pretty memey sets, you know. He could afford to. He's already won all of his previous 7 games, so he can afford to bring some stranger sets. Hyper Beam, Stealth Rock, Sub, Mega Pinsir. If I was wearing a hat, I would take it off to you, because that was beautiful. I loved seeing that. But But yeah, some of my defensive mods putting in work. Audino and Klefki both getting a couple of KOs each along with my 2 Scarfers. But as I say, I think I had the matchup all the way in that game. It was always going to be difficult for Bob to overcome that one, simply because I had the Mons to abuse the matchup. Excuse me. The likes of Maynetric was always going to be a real help to me, even though in the end it didn't do as much as, for example, as I say, Audino or Klefki. But we do manage to take the win. That puts Parasect Germain at 4-4 for the season so far. With 1 game to go, we have 1 more chance to maintain a positive win-loss ratio. And that final game, oh my goodness, boy am I looking forward to this one, because our last game of the regular season for season 1 of the Screw My Draft League is against none other than a legend, a giant of the game. It's John, aka Pokemon, and that is going to be our final opponent, the New Orleans Pelipers. And John, he is a fantastic person. I'm really looking forward to that game. That's going to be coming up sort of sometime in the future. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. I've rambled on for far too long, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. Links down in the description. I sort of had a weird intonation on that one. Links in the description to Bob, Call Me 911, coach of Cambuur Zygarden, a good friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time. Check out his links to his Twitter and his YouTube. You will find some fantastic content. He's a very, very talented battler. He is the inventor of, is it the GPC? He brought that into existence, which is a fairly prominent showdown-based league. It's got some really top battlers on it, including, of course, Bob, who I believe has won it. Has he won it twice now? I think he has. So yeah, check out his channel. He's got some really high-quality stuff on there in terms of his battling and his ability. So yeah, look him up. But as I say, I'm going to get out of here. So my final thank you to you all for watching. And I guess with that, I'll see you next time. Laters.